One thing that Dad has taught me is that we can only control ourselves and that we can't control what other people do. It's something that he always reminded me every time that I lost a basketball game and I was really ticked off, or I didn't play very much because I wasn't very good, or anytime somebody else made me sad or angry, Dad would always remind me that we can only control what we do and what we say to other people and not what they do to us, and that's really kind of shaped my life since then, I think.
If I had to pick a word to describe Dad, I think I would pick dependable. Because I don't think there was ever a time where if I really needed Dad that he wasn't there. I think he was constantly around and he was always there to teach us or pick us up or make us laugh or share his testimony. And it was all of the things that we needed to hear at the right times, which is why I would sum it up in being a dependable person.
One of my fondest memories of Dad is when we would go on daddy-daughter dates every week, and daddy-daughter dates was always code for getting ice cream, and we would always just talk, and I could ask him about his day.
I will always remember, there's a couple I could throw on here, but I'll go with this one. How you would always just want to pop the pimples on our faces. It was like your favorite thing to do was just grab our face and pop some blemishes.
This one gets me every time. Where did the cows go, Dad? Huh? They moved.
I just wanted to express my gratitude to you for being our father and for always setting a great example for us. I have very fond memories of growing up and being able to learn how to go and work with my dad and go do service activities and work around the house or in the yard, and I'm grateful that you have always taught me to work hard in everything that I do.
You definitely have taught me throughout my life how to work hard, which is something that I really appreciate, and along with that, to just give everything my best, whatever I do. And you definitely have set a good example in that way as well.
I think that the greatest example Dad has set for me is in being a hard worker. Just simple things like doing the dishes after dinner, never leaving a job undone or unfinished. And as I get older, I realize that that's not a trait everyone has, so I'm grateful that he's taught me that.
While this isn't something necessarily weird or funny about Dad, it's just something that always reminds me of him, and that's his truck. It's always a big white truck, so whenever I'm out and about and I see a big white truck, it makes me think of you.
So, what do you call a man who has a rubber toe? Roberto.
And if I could use any word to describe Dad, it would be loving. I feel like he's always done his best to not only give us everything that we need, but everything that we could ever want, and sometimes he even gives us more than we could ever want. And I just think that he always has taken an interest in other people and their needs, and I've even seen him take an interest in my friends and what's going on in their lives when it's not necessarily people that he'll spend a lot of time with.
There's lots, but I thought back to one moment where we were at Fathers and Sons, and it was starting to get dark, and we were both just sitting in our camp chairs whittling some sticks or something. But I just remember thinking, my dad's so cool, because you were teaching me how to carve a stick.
Dad would always sneak in a little question or always ask for a foot rub. And I remember when we used to have a box of missing socks in the laundry room, and we would always put socks on our hands because we didn't want to touch his feet.
And you're probably the craziest, silliest dad ever, and Yeah.
More than $2,000 to cure my baldness, but I figured it's better to give than to receive.
One of my fondest memories with Dad was a few years ago when he was picking me up from a stake dance, and he had happened to just find his Garth Brooks CDs. And so Shameless came on, and he rolled down all the windows in the truck, and he turned the volume on full blast, and he sang it as obnoxiously as he could, and it just made me laugh, which was why in that moment I was sitting there, I decided that I wanted to remember it, and I obviously, because I did remember it, I think it means that it was important to me. It was such a pure joy, just from my dad letting loose and being there to make me laugh. You know, after a long day, it was late at night, and he could still make me laugh and have fun with me. I think that was really important, and says a lot about who he is.
I don't really have a specific memory of us together, but one of my favorite things to do is to spend time with you, like when we just play games or when we watch football together.
I have two main reasons why I'm grateful for you, Dad. The first is that you have always taught me to put Christ at the center of my life in everything that I do, and that has affected my current family. So I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful that you're the fun dad. You always like to have fun and go do fun things with us and spend time with us. I love that.
So what do you call a violent piece of seasoning? Assault.
Hi Brad, happy birthday. I just wanted to share my first memory that I have with you. And that was going to Lake Powell. I remember driving down with Tanner, and we met you at a grocery store. And I was a little nervous just because I didn't know what to expect. But we got out of the car and I said hi. And I just remember you being really nice and really friendly. And then we went to a Mexican restaurant across the street and got to sit down and get to know you a little bit. And I remember you trying to speak Spanish. That was exciting to watch. That was funny. And yeah, I could just tell that you were a fun guy, had a good personality, and I knew it was going to be a fun week on the lake, which it was. And I'm really grateful that I was able to come, so thank you for that. But it was a really cool experience for me just to be around your family, and I got to see the qualities all of you have that makes sense why Tanner is so great. So I guess I can owe that to you, Brad, for your character as a man. You've raised an amazing son, and that's because you're an amazing father.
Want to hear a joke about paper? Oh, never mind, it's terrible.
One word I would use to describe Dad is strong. I think of Dad as being strong, both physically as well as spiritually and mentally. And in all that he does, I appreciate the strength that he gives and brings to our family.
I really couldn't see myself with another dad. I'm not in the market for another dad. I think I'll keep you. But I appreciate everything that you do for me, and I'm so grateful for the different lessons that you have taught me in this life, and for the wonderful example.
And he always says that he doesn't love Roxy and that she's a little spaz, but I know that he really does love her because we love her.
If I could pick any song to ascribe to Dad, it would be Diddly Whack Mac Mormon Daddy, because that's what he is.
Some of my very best memories with you, Dad, are on the soccer field. Whether you were coaching me or just being there to support me at my games. I learned a lot from you, learning how to play soccer, so grateful for those memories.
I have a favorite kind of party to go to. and that's a party with construction workers because they always raise the roof.
I had to go 80s for this, naturally. But I picked Man in the Mirror, not just because I look just like you in the mirror, but also because that song's about making a positive change in your life, and I think you have been able to do that in your life and be able to teach that and instill that principle in the lives of your children.
The first time I met you, I guess you could say we pretty much started at the bottom because you took me to a BYU game, so glad everything's been pretty much on the up and up since then. But really though, I really look up to you a lot. I remember the first time, even when Kayla and I were dating, she would always talk about how much she loved her dad and everything that you did for her. And as I've got to know you over the last couple of years, I know exactly what she was talking about. I look up to the way that you're a father, the way that you balance your life between God, work, and your family, and I really admire you for the way that you invest 100% of your heart in those three areas. I just wanted to say thanks for everything that you do for us, and as we said over Christmas, I really appreciate you trying to make me a man. I mean, you got me a tool set for the first Christmas and a smoker for this Christmas, so thank you again for everything. We really love you, and same thing, just appreciate everything you do for us, especially the great example that you are to me as a father. I didn't truly understand what that meant until your grandson came into the world, and some of the qualities that I see in your kids are a lot of the same things that I want to teach Briggs, and how he can grow up and be just a good man. And if he turns out anything like you, that would be perfect. So thank you again for the example that you are to us, to me, and to him. We love you. Happy birthday.
What do you call it when Batman skips church? Christian Bale.
I feel blessed to have received a similar sense of humor to you. I think that we are able to laugh together and have fun, and I love that about our relationship. I'm grateful for you and the opportunity that you've given me to work with you. I love working with you and hope to continue to do so. And I'm really grateful that I have the opportunity to learn from you, both from a business standpoint as well as from a leadership aspect, and see how you are such a great leader and example to others around you.
I'm grateful that you're my dad because I get my sense of humor from you, and because I don't know where I would be without you. And I'm grateful you're my dad because I know that Heavenly Father put us together as a family. And I'm so grateful that he did.
The song Faithfully by Journey will always remind me of Dad. Number one, it's because it's an 80s song. Number two, because Dad's a faithful person to his family, to his faith. But also because I have a fun memory when we went to BYU Stadium of Fire and Dad sang that song at the top of his lungs. Journey was performing and the stadium was dim and everyone had their phones lit up in the air, and Dad just had the funnest time, and I always remember that fun moment.
Have you ever tried that restaurant on the moon? Great food, but no atmosphere.
I'm grateful for Dad being our dad, mostly because I can't imagine it any other way. I know that we're put in families for a specific reason, and that we picked each other in one way or another, and I think our relationships as a family, individually and collectively, has really shown that he was meant to be our father.
I'm grateful that you're our dad because you've, first of all, just welcomed me into the family and been a super awesome dad and a super awesome example. And you've given us a good example of how to raise our future kids and how we can teach them about the gospel.
I'm so grateful for the example you set for me of a strong priesthood holder and of a father and a husband, and I hope when I grow up I can be more like you.
I just watched a program about beavers, and it's the best damn program ever.
I chose the word father, which maybe sounds counterintuitive, but I chose that because one of my favorite definitions of father is one who gives life, and I think that describes you, as you are one who gives life to any situation that you are. You bring not just the fun and life to situations, but also wisdom and knowledge.
Dad has always set good goals for us. He has always been very clear on what he wants us to do, and he has always done well with teaching us all of our, pretty much everything I know, and learning about word of wisdom and law of chastity, and it meant a lot coming from him.
I hope you know that I love you, and I'm not going to promise you any foot rubs, but if I can somehow figure out a way to invent a device that rubs your feet for you, I will do it. I love you. Bye.
So a son tells his dad, "I'll call you later," and the dad says, "Don't call me later, call me Dad."
50th birthday, sweetie. I just wanted to share with you some of my favorite memories over the years, especially as I was thinking about the things that I have enjoyed doing with you or spending time together on. And the first thing that came to my mind was the many trips or vacations that we've taken together and how much I enjoy getting to travel with you. And as I counted up, I realized that we have visited 22 of the states in the United States of America. We have been on 7 cruises together and with our family. We have visited the states of Alaska and Hawaii twice each, and New York City 3 times. We have, let me think, I gotta say my cheat sheet. Oh yeah, we've taken 3 trips to Canada, and we've also visited England twice, and Italy, Ireland, Spain, and France. And that doesn't even include multiple trips to Mexico at the beach house and trips to our cabin. And mostly what I enjoy about getting to vacation and travel together and see different parts of the world together is the time that we get to spend together relaxing and enjoying each other's company. And those really are some of my very favorite memories, is the times that we have gotten to spend either time just the 2 of us or with our family traveling. And I couldn't really think of one particular time that was a favorite, just that in my memory bank there's so many wonderful memories of the times that we have gotten to do that together, and I love that. And then the second thing that came to my mind about things that I enjoy spending time with you doing is working together. And I truly do enjoy the times that we've gotten to do work on projects together, like planning or designing our current home or our future home. The times that we've spent together working on projects for getting ready for a wedding reception in our backyard. The times that we've done even just the dishes together, housework together. I really enjoy working side by side, helping support each other in our callings and working to support and help our family as well. And then the third thing that came to my mind that I like to spend time and that some of my favorite memories of things that we've done over the years is celebrating milestones together, whether it be for our children's milestones like baby blessings or baptisms or temple ordinances or weddings or our own anniversaries or whatever other things that come along in life. I enjoy getting to be by your side and getting to celebrate those special moments together, and those are some of my favorite memories as well, and also including birthdays. And so I'm excited that we get to celebrate your 50th birthday this year, and so grateful that you are by my side and that we are enjoying and spending this life together. I wouldn't want to spend it with anyone else, and I love you so much, and I hope that you have a happy birthday and that you always know how much I love you and how much our family loves you, and I'm so grateful for all that you do for me and for our children.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Dad.
Happy 50th birthday, Brad.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy 50th birthday.
Happy 50th birthday, sweetie.